There is one thing me and you have in common. We, as guys who are trying to self-improve, care too much about what others think of us, and this is holding us back. I vividly remember myself in the past, constantly caring about what others thought of me. In other words, I was a people pleaser. I was constantly trying to get everyone to like me. I was constantly afraid of what others might say about me. And back then, there was a lot of gossip going on around me in the school, which made me feel super insecure because I felt like people were watching my every step, you know? And back then, I was stuck in a cycle of insecurity. I just felt trapped, bro. I felt like I couldn't take any big steps in life, such as starting this YouTube channel you're watching right now, working on my body more, prioritizing my mental health. But on the other hand, I felt like if I stopped caring, people would start critiquing me even further, and I would lose all my friends. So here I felt fully trapped. I mean, bro, imagine yourself in this situation, constantly seeking validation, constantly molding yourself to fit the expectations of others, only to lose sight of the guy you are deep inside, only to lose sight of how dope of a person you are, and to change what you do and how you do it just to, please the other people and the dumbasses in your social circle or your school. Imagine all the golden opportunities you would miss out on in life. All the golden opportunities to level yourself up, to get your dream body, to start that side hustle, to start the YouTube channel. Imagine everything you'd miss out on. And here's when something really strange happened in my life. I woke up one day and I thought to myself, this is not me, bro. I'm sick of caring about what others think of me. This is not how I should be living life. So I decided to take a trip to the bookstore. This is something I never did, by the way. I literally never bought a book before that. I didn't even read. I didn't do anything. So I decided to go to the bookstore because I was seeking wisdom. And I was looking through the aisles. Couldn't find any books I wanted. Every book was just basic, like how to become rich or something like that. I didn't want to read that at the time. And then I saw this bright orange cover just beaming into my eyes. And I was like, I think I've seen this before. I look over and it's this book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a You-Know-What by Mark Manson. And I thought to myself, this is exactly what I need here. I was trying to stop caring what others thought, so I decided to buy the book because this is exactly what I wanted. So I took the book home, read it in like a few weeks or months because I was just so excited. And back here, I was really diving into the world of self-improvement. So I thought to myself, let's try implementing some of the strategies in this book. Let's start improving myself. And this is when I leveled up. My confidence went up, I stopped caring about what others thought, and I started to really focus on myself. Because I was already on self-improvement then. I was, working out, I was eating quite well. I was, just training every single day. I was very disciplined. So I started implementing the strategies. And this is when my life leveled up. Here I became so obsessed and, excited in life to the point where I no longer needed to seek approval. I no longer cared about what others thought of me. I mean, imagine how liberating it would feel to just let go, start living life, and start working on yourself and not caring about what those dumbasses in your class think. How would your life look like then? Picture yourself in the future, living your dream life. You're doing the things the 1% do, but the others are scared to do, but you did it anyway, because you don't care what the others say. No one's holding you back. You're a man. You decide what you're gonna do. How would your life look like then? A lot of people, of course, critique you, but guess what? You just don't care, because you're ahead of these people. Their opinions don't matter to you anymore. Picture that. Now, before I move on to how to actually start living life unaffected by the opinions of others and how to actually stop caring what others think, I need you to listen to this because this is something that so many people get wrong and forget to, let's say, take into account. And I need you to listen to this before you skip ahead into number one, number two. So listen to this. You should always care about what the people in your tribe think. And by tribe, I'm referring to your family, your close friends, all the tight-knit people, the people that actually mean a lot to you. Not particularly your classmates, but perhaps the people that are very close to you. Family is the best example. You should always care what they think. This is a beautiful mechanism built inside of us humans over thousands of years that we've been on this planet to care about what our close people think. This is how we live. This is how we cooperate with others. This is why life is beautiful. If we didn't care about anyone's opinions at all, life would be so dreary. So many guys and girls who listen to this type of advice I'm sharing today misconstrue the title and they end up going down a very hedonistic path where they just don't care about anyone's opinions at all. They listen to the dumbass red pillers who tell them that shouldn't listen to anyone at all and just live egotistically and fully focused on themselves. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to live a beautiful life where we cooperate with others and live with humans, because we're living in a society, bro. And trust me when I say, when people like this don't take into account that they should care about what the people in the tribe think, they end up going down this very sad path in their life. They live a very sad reality. And trust me, you don't want that. So stop listening to the dumbass red pillers that tell you that you should block your entire family on WhatsApp or something like that just to focus on yourself. And what I recommend you do is just be smart, cooperate with others, but at the same time live life unaffected by the opinions of that random dork in your high school class. That's what we're trying to do here. And I know that by saying this, instead of jumping to number 1, number 2, number 3, the YouTube audience retention has just gone down. Like, I just sacrificed how well this video performs just to tell you this. But it's so important. So I really need you to understand this before we move on. So that's all I wanted to say. So the first way to stop caring what others think is to stop using social media and get off it. I know you're watching this on YouTube right now and some idiot is going to comment below, but actually YouTube is actually a social media. But what I would say is that educational content like this is an exception. Self-improvement podcasts, all the self-improvement content, fitness, all that. I would say that's an exception because you're actually improving your life by watching it. But what you need to do is get off apps like TikTok or Instagram Reels and just constantly scrolling through, boom, 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 messing up your attention span and constantly just consuming content that doesn't even benefit you. Like, oh, Logan Paul's biggest scam, or like some Mr. Beast videos. I know it's like fun to watch them, but trust me, bro, you're wasting your time. Because when you're scrolling on social media, you see other people's opinions, all these comments and everything, and it subconsciously affects you and your actions. I mean, how often do you scroll on TikTok and just see some idiot post their opinion on something and you just seemingly agree with it because it has so many likes? That's how social media subconsciously affects you. So what I would recommend is reduce how much you use it. I don't say you have to go and delete TikTok and everything, but ideally you should. But what I would recommend is just set time limits for your apps, put your phone away, and just reduce how much time you spend on these apps. Watch more like self-improvement content like this. Watch it to the end because long videos like this give you more value rather than just quickly scrolling through random videos and just mindlessly sitting there. Because bro, trust me, you start caring about what others think. But if you stop using social media and start living life actually, you'll stop caring what others think because social media plays a huge role in this. So this is really important. So the second way to stop caring what others think is to realize that no one actually cares about you. That's right, no one cares about you. I know this is hard to believe, but we've been conditioned by society to think that everyone is too busy judging us, looking at us, laughing at us, judging all of our actions, but no one actually cares about you. They're too busy caring about themselves. I know you see in the movies like Spider-Man, the nerd gets picked on, everyone's like looking at him, but bro, everyone's just too like infatuated with themselves. We're all kind of, egotistical to an extent. And the reason you feel like everyone's constantly judging you is because of your high ego. And I don't blame you fully for that because, by society we've been conditioned to think that because since childhood we've gotten, participation award, good job, Jimmy, or some like BS, I don't know. Like you've gotten all these participation awards, the words of, you're so special, even though you didn't do anything, bro. How many times did we actually get those participation awards? I have so many actually, even though I didn't win anything. And the society has become messed up and it's like conditioned us to have this very high inflated ego and to think that everyone's caring about us. But trust me, bro, no one cares about you. Once you realize that, you'll start living life so much more freely. So keep that in the back of your mind for the rest of this video. Now, let's move on to the number 3 way of how to stop caring what others think. And this is much easier said than done, but it is to improve your mental health. This is like perhaps one of the best things on this list. This is literally, if you're constantly getting these anxious, neurotic thoughts in your brain, something's wrong with you, bro. There's something inside of you which is not right. We're not meant to be constantly anxious, bro. That's not how humans are. We're not meant to be like this. So there's something inside of you which is not right, which is most likely your poor mental health. I mean, I want to ask you, when was the last time you, let's say, gratitude journaled, or you meditated, or you went to the gym? Well, I'm sure many of you do go to the gym, but let's just be honest. How many of you do healthy habits on a consistent basis? I'm guessing that not many of you. If you do, congrats, bro. Your mental health is much better than most people. But I promise you, in a matter of weeks or even months, you can significantly improve your mental health. And if you're struggling, I highly suggest you click the link in the description and book a call with me. I'll help you out, and I'll also link some videos and resources and a mental health guide, which will help you improve your mental health real quick and stop getting those anxious, neurotic thoughts every single day. So be sure to click the links in the description. Now, moving on to point number 4 of how to stop caring what others think. And this is, no one remembers the cringy things you did in the past. That's right. This kind of relates to point 2, that no one cares about you, but no one remembers the cringy things you did in the past. Again, you think like this because of your huge inflated ego. You're like, oh, what if he remembers that time my pants fell down in class? Bro, no one wakes up in the morning and remembers that. Do you seriously think that? Let's say, imagine one of your classmates who witnessed you do something embarrassing. Let's say his name is like Igor, my name, whatever. Do you think that Igor's gonna wake up in the morning and think of that time that your pants fell down in the class? Of course, maybe he'll remember it every now and then, but this doesn't concern him. He has his whole life to think about. He's a busy human. So stop living in the past, bro. It doesn't serve you, I promise you. No one remembers what you did. I want to comfort you by telling you this. Because, bro, you are living too much in the past, and it's about time you start living in the present moment and start actually worrying about what's going on now and not what happened in the past, or about that time you embarrassed yourself in front of the class. If you're constantly living in the past, you'll just be so sad, bro. And you'll constantly be anxious and having these neurotic thoughts that I was talking about previously. So stop living in the past and start living in the present moment. Stop caring. No one remembers the cringy things you did. I promise you that. Now, number 5, this technique I got from the book I mentioned previously by Mark Manson. But what the book says is to have something else to give an F about. What this means is that you need to get busy. I know it's not possible to just not think about things at all. Humans experience like 60,000 thoughts a day. Go type it up if you want to clarify. But we experience like 60,000 thoughts a day, even if we're like meditating. So it's not possible to just not think about anything at all. But what you need to do is actually get busy, bro. Because trust me, when you become busy and you have a clear purpose in line, you'll stop caring about what people think about you. For example, when I started self-improving and I started this YouTube channel and I got in the gym, I started getting busy, I stopped caring about what people thought about me. I didn't care about what that random girl Chloe said about me last week. What I cared about was improving myself on camera like I'm trying to do right now. My mind was preoccupied with something. If you're preoccupied, you won't care about what these people say because you're ahead of them. You know, you're actually doing something that is important. You're making money, you're doing all this. And I like to bring up this example. Picture Drake, the famous musician, bro. Billions of streams on Spotify. Do you seriously think that he cares about what some random 25-year-old said about his music? Hell no, bro. He's too busy making bops and, making bank, bro. He has better things to do. He has making money. He doesn't care about what that person says because he's so preoccupied. He's actually important. He's doing important things and meeting important people. You need to do the same. And I know a lot of guys, they get lost in life. And another example I like to bring up is, imagine a boy in a 12-year-old boy from a third world country. Let's say a 12-year-old boy from Mumbai, India, or from Syria, from like a war field or something. Do you seriously think that this boy cares about what that random girl said about him last week? No, he's too busy trying to make money and trying to feed his family so he doesn't die of freaking starvation. He has things to think about, bro. And what I'm trying to say is that you're too comfortable, bro. If you're constantly anxious and that's all that's on your mind, like all this beef on the line, and you're constantly arguing on Twitter and this is preoccupying you, you're not busy in life. You're not doing important things. And I know a lot of guys, they don't have a purpose right now, which is probably you. Yes, maybe you do important things. Yes, maybe you have a lot of goals and you're self-improving. And whatever situation you're in, I highly recommend you click the link in the description and join a place called Adonis School. I'm going to do a quick plug for it right now. But this is basically a place where all guys meet up. We talk about self-improvement, how to make money, entrepreneurship. Imagine, bro, just making money. Imagine being in a community full of guys who think like you, you can just pull out your phone and call them at any time, bro. This is the place Adonis School is. I'm going to make a review on it soon. But I highly recommend you click the link in the description and join it once and for all because it's an amazing place and it's an amazing investment in your mind and your future self. So I highly recommend you go join right now. Link will be somewhere down there or maybe I'll tag it. Go click it right now. I promise you it will change your life. Now, the 6th way to stop caring what others think is to stop comparing yourself to other people, but instead choose to compete. Make that slight switch. I know everyone online will tell you, oh, comparison is the thief of joy. But if you make that slight switch and choose to compete with the people you're comparing yourself to, I promise you that you'll come out on top. Now, I'm not telling you to be cocky and overconfident and run around, but I'm telling you to believe to yourself that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. Whether that's becoming a freaking astronaut or just learning to play the piano, you should think to yourself that you can be better than that person you saw, that you can overtake them if you put your mind to it. This is healthy masculine competition. This has been taken away from us by society. I promise you that looking at others and instead of, degrading yourself and thinking, I'll never be like him, you should think to yourself, I can do better than him. This is what real men should be like. I remember this one story. I want to tell you guys this story from my childhood. This was around a few years ago when I was quite skinny fat. So this one time I was in Scouts camp and I had this Russian friend, and I remember this one time he took off his shirt and bro was jacked. He was like all, bronze skinned. He was very tall. He got all the girls. And bro, I remember looking at him and I was like, you know what? Instead of looking at him with jealousy and thinking, oh, I'll never be like that, I should think to myself, I'll be better than him. Maybe I haven't reached this point yet. I haven't talked to the guy in a while. But bro, this fueled me for so long. I was almost angry to an extent. I was angry that I was skinny, that I let myself be like all fat and stuff while he was out there, jacked. He was a unit, bro. I wanted to be just like him. Props. If you're watching this, bro, my friend, my Russian friend, I'm not going to name you, but you remember this story, man. I used to not be in shape. And I wanted to, and just looking at you fueled me, bro. This is why you gotta look at people in a healthy, competitive way. I also had this other example from Hamza. By the way, if you join Adonis School, you actually get to speak to him. But what we did, Hamza told me about this story of his, where him and Iman Gadzi, they were two famous YouTubers. They were both trying to get 2 million subs. I think it was actually 1 million, I'm not sure. And they kind of competed in a way to get those 2 million subs. They competed, bro, healthily. Not saying that, oh, you're bad, you won't reach it, I'll reach it first. But in a way that, you kind of motivate each other to do better. That's healthy. That's healthy masculine competition. And it should be brought back. And I promise you that if you stop looking at people with jealousy, but instead look at them with, let's say, inspiration, your life will change, man. And finally, for number 7, I want to stress the importance of stoicism, the concept of stoicism. I know it's quite a complicated concept, which even I don't understand fully yet. But the side of stoicism we're looking into is emotional control. And as a man, you have a superpower. You have the ability to affect your emotions in real time. At the click of a finger, you can think from blue to green. You can just click your fingers and think of a different color instantly. And the same with your emotions. Yes, maybe you don't believe me because you haven't tapped into this superpower yet, but it's possible, bro. As a man, you can control your emotions. And if you feel bad, you're making yourself feel bad. You can deny this as much as you want, but you're deciding to make yourself feel bad. The people who are happy, they decide to be happy. Stop giving social anxiety so much credit. Start relying on your mind. If you can't control your mind, you'll just be a feather in the wind, blowing from happy place to sad place. Like, yes, it's difficult. Yes, sometimes things happen in life which are totally out of our control. We can't control the weather. We can't control what people say behind our back. We can't control, whether our heart stops beating. We can't control these things. But something you can control is how you choose to react to certain events. And if you take advantage of your masculine superpower given to you by God and by whatever created you, by biology, then I promise you, your life will change. So start consciously deciding not to care about what people think and start focusing on you. It's you time, it's grind season. Start improving yourself, and it's about time we make a change. Like, subscribe. Remember that everything is going to be all right. Be sure to join Adonis School. Book a call with me if you still have any more questions, and I'll see you next time. До свидания, брат.